Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. It's been a minute, but we're going to talk about the DPM recoil reduction system for multiple platforms. You see right here, I have it on my Walther PDP 5-inch. I have a lot of experience with this system. So I got one for the Walther, I got one for my SIG P365 XL Spectre Comp, I have one for my Shadow 2, I have one for my Smith & Wesson old school M&P 9C. As you can see, I'm a fan. Why would I spend money on these recoil reduction systems if they don't work? That would make no sense, of course. I'm a practical, pragmatic, logical person. So read between the lines there, they work. Now, how effective they are, it really depends on the platform, the spring setup. As you can see, they come with multiple springs, depending on the model. I'm gonna get into that. But like I said, I have one for my Walther PDP. I have one for my Shadow 2. I have one for my OG M&P 9C. And I have one for my EDC, my 365 XL Spectre Comp. Now, what has the experience been like for me? Do they work? Are they worth the money? Well, one of the main questions most people have is, does this system work as good as, let's say, porting? And in my honest opinion, no. I don't believe that this recoil reduction system is as good as porting or compensator. However, this costs less than porting and probably less than most compensators. And what this does is, I believe it returns your gun to zero quicker, really smooths out that recoil, has your gun sit flatter quicker, which is good for follow-up shots, and it does remove some of the snappiness. Now, your mileage may vary. It depends on, obviously, the gun, again, what springs you use. They come with multiple springs and plugs because obviously you have different types of ammo, different types of grains, and they're all not going to fire the same out of your guns. So you have to kind of like fine tune the spring setup based on what you fire. Now, I will add that in my experience, the DPM system has not been finicky. It's pretty much shot everything that I've put in the gun, different grains, different types of ammo. And I'm not going to say that that's luck because obviously I have multiple DPM recoil reduction kits and I haven't had an issue with anything. It's just a matter of going to the range, thinking about what you shoot more often. Let's say it's like 115 grain, 124 grain, and then you go through each spring, look at the ejection of the brass, kind of feel how the gun feels in your hand when it fires, what feels best to you. Some of this is subjective. There are recommendations and instructions within these kits on what spring to use. As far as cost, I mean, you can find these definitely under $100. Depends where you buy them from. I mean, you can get these kits from DPM systems themselves. People sell these on eBay. I don't believe Amazon, which that's a shame. Kind of wish they did. To my knowledge, they don't. But yeah, man, I mean, I think they're really worth the money. Something else to note, depending on the platform, it may be a little bit stiffer to rack, or it might be easier. For example, on my M&P 9C, I found it a little bit stiffer to rack the slide, but nothing crazy. I mean, you can still break it down, no problem. My Spectre Comp, it actually made it a little bit easier to rack the slide. This is the special edition soft version for the compensated SIG slides. You have to be careful with what you buy because it is specific. They have the regular version of this, and they have this special edition soft version. And for the XL Spectre Comp, it was a 3.7-inch kit. Now, I've interacted with the company. They don't sponsor me. They didn't send me these kits. Bought these with my own money over the years. But I've communicated with them via email, and they're super helpful. If you have any questions on what springs to use, they will give you recommendations. They're very responsive, very nice. And yeah, I like the company, man. I like what they invented here. It does work. It is not smoke and mirrors. The next one I'm going to install this kit on is a CZ75D PCR. That's one of my EDCs in rotation. And the gun shoots phenomenally. Doesn't necessarily need it, but in my opinion, this does improve the shootability, the follow-up capabilities of a firearm. If you do research on these, understand how they work, the guide rod is a multi-spring setup, which would basically be 3 working in unison, 2 within the guide rod system. Then you have an external spring, and by nature of the system, they even help protect your firearm. by slowing down the slide so it's not crashing into your frame. There's like a little buffer right at the end. So it controls the slide going back and even the speed going forward. So you have like nice smooth shots, very predictable recoil, gets on zero smoothly and quickly. Now you're not going to notice like a night and day difference, but if I had to put a percentage on it, I mean, I would say up to 20% difference at least. And I swear in my Spectre comp, I think it's like 30. So it's a noticeable difference for me. Do you need these kits? No, you don't need them. Let's be real. In the 2A community, we love upgrades. It's just like the car world. You take things as far as you could take them. And I for sure would consider this an upgrade to the stock guide rod and recoil spring. That's just my opinion. Some of you guys out there may say, oh, they don't make a difference. I've tried them. Fair enough, that's your opinion. But in my opinion, having multiple kits, I wouldn't waste my money on something that doesn't work. So I really like them. But when I install the this kit on my CZ PCR, I will do a video on it. Most likely I'll do a side-by-side of the gun firing without the kit and the gun with the kit installed. So stay tuned for that one, guys. Sorry there's been a delay in content. We're not going anywhere. There's always a lot to talk about in the 2A world. Thanks for supporting the channel. Hope this video helped in any way. And if you try one of these kits out, if you have experience with them, drop a comment, tell me what you think. Appreciate all the support again, guys. I'll catch you all on the next one. Until then, take care, my friends.